Ever noticed how every time you open your social media feed, there's a new doomsday theory? Aliens, secret labs, government cover-ups. But every now and then, a leak or whistleblower drops something that makes even the skeptics raise an eyebrow. That's where we are right now. The so-called deep state, once dismissed as a conspiracy, is back in the headlines. We're talking about unelected forces said to influence major decisions no matter who's president. Spy agencies, defense contractors, powerful lobbyists. They don't show up on your ballot, but they might have more to say than people you vote for. With classified documents being declassified and surveillance programs quietly renewed, people are starting to wonder, what's really going on behind the scenes? This isn't about pushing paranoia. It's about unpacking how power really works in 2025 and what's at stake if these unseen hands are steering the wheel. Now, this isn't the first time the deep state theory has made waves. Think back to when Edward Snowden revealed mass surveillance, or when COINTELPRO targeted civil rights leaders. These weren't internet rumors. They were real, documented operations. And today, with AI in policing, digital spying, and intelligence budgets soaring, the deep state conversation is evolving fast. Is it a system designed to keep us safe? Or a network that grows too powerful to control? In this video, we're diving headfirst into what people believe, what history shows us, and what it could mean for our democracy. Buckle up. What is the deep state really? Strip away the buzzwords and the fear-mongering, and you're left with an idea that's been quietly shaping political discourse for over a century. A network of unelected actors operating behind the curtain, often beyond the reach of democratic control. The term first gained traction in Turkey, where it described secret military and bureaucratic factions working independently from the government. But it didn't stay there. Over time, it evolved, morphed, and adapted, reaching into the political bloodstream of countries like the United States, where suspicion of hidden powers already ran deep. By the mid-20th century, the focus shifted, no longer just about shadowy military figures. The conversation expanded to include intelligence agencies, entrenched bureaucracies, and financial elites. In democratic systems especially, this concept struck a nerve. Voters began asking, if leaders come and go, why do certain policies never change? Why do some figures unseen, unnamed, seem to steer the ship no matter who's at the helm? This isn't just the stuff of fringe theories. The idea found oxygen in real-world power structures. Think Cold War intelligence operations or high-level security clearances immune to public oversight. Over time, these murky zones bred suspicion, and by the time Donald Trump came into office, the phrase deep state had gone from academic footnote to political rallying cry. He called out alleged internal saboteurs, branded intelligence leaks as treason, and described bureaucratic resistance as evidence of a vast internal enemy. In 2023, standing before a crowd in Waco, Texas, Trump put it plainly: either the deep state destroys America, or we destroy the deep state. But even before Trump, there were signs. Polls as early as 2018 suggested that a majority of Americans believed in the existence of a deep state, a striking number in a country that prides itself on transparent governance. Yet belief doesn't prove truth. The challenge lies in separating paranoia from pattern, fiction from footprint. That's where the next chapter begins. Beyond the headlines and catchphrases, there are real leaks, data points, and declassified records that trace a clearer picture. Whether it's the quiet power of intelligence agencies, the decision of unelected financial councils, or recurring whistleblower revelations, the evidence isn't just anecdotal. It's measurable. And it's time to follow the trail. So what happens when theory meets the archive? To understand the deep state's shape, you don't start with speculation. It is also not a matter of unfounded, controversial theories. You start with the paper trail, The declassified files, sworn testimonies, leaked documents, and court findings that map out real structure of hidden influence. History doesn't whisper it, it stamps it. In 1967, Ramparts magazine revealed that the CIA had secretly funded the National Student Association to sway youth activism during the Cold War. This wasn't conjecture. It was later confirmed by Congress. That same year, journalists were already warning about invisible government steering decisions without democratic checks. Then came the Pentagon Papers in 1971. Thousands of leaked documents showed how U.S. presidents misled the public about Vietnam, continuing a war they privately believed couldn't be won. It was policy made by those controlling power in the dark. By 1975, the Church Committee was formed to investigate abuses by intelligence agencies. The findings were staggering. The CIA had plotted foreign assassinations. The FBI had spied on Martin Luther King Jr., journalists, and even senators, often without warrants. These weren't rogue actions. They were systematic, concealed under layers of classification. In the decades that followed, the story deepened. Declassified cables revealed U.S. backing for coups in Latin America. Secret memos documented surveillance experiments. The 1992 JFK Records Act forced thousands of documents into light, showing how intelligence agencies shaped post-assassination narratives. The digital era only sharpened the picture. WikiLeaks exposed diplomatic secrets and battlefield logs that contradicted official accounts. And in 2013, Edward Snowden revealed a sweeping surveillance program. The NSA quietly gathering data from millions of people, with almost no public oversight. These documented facts show a persistent feature of modern governance: power exercised in the dark, sometimes with legal cover, often without democratic consent. The idea of the deep state isn't proved by a single file or event, but taken together, these moments form a pattern, one that reveals how much can happen beyond the ballot box. And this brings us to the final question. What happens to democracy when the decisions that shape it are made in rooms with people no one elected? The deep state theory isn't just a curiosity for political junkies. It has real consequences for trust, accountability, and how democracy works in practice. When unelected officials, secret programs, or intelligence agencies operate in the dark, public faith takes a hit. In a 2021 Pew survey, only 24% of Americans said they trust the federal government to do the right thing most of the time. That's one of the lowest points in modern history. When people feel like they're voting for leaders who don't actually hold the reins, they disengage. Or worse, they radicalize. That's how conspiracy theories thrive. Think about it this way. You vote for a president who promises to reduce surveillance, but policies stay the same. You elect a lawmaker who says they'll stop foreign wars, but troops remain deployed. Is it a political inertia, or is it something else deeper at play? These gaps between campaign promises and policy outcomes create space for suspicion. Then there's the legal side. Oversight is often minimal. The NSA's data collection program ran for years with little public knowledge or debate. CIA covert operations rarely face real-time scrutiny from Congress. Even when exposed, there's little accountability. The systems are too big, too complex, and often shielded by national security exemptions. This affects you directly. Surveillance means your phone metadata could be stored without your consent. Secret foreign operations can spark wars or retaliation. Decisions made without your voice, but with your consequences. Financially, trillions are spent on defense and intelligence with little transparency. That's your tax money diverted with minimal explanation. And when whistleblowers try to reveal abuses, they are often punished not protected. That sends a chilling message. The system protects itself first. In democracies, power is supposed to flow from the people. But when critical decisions happen behind closed doors, that promise weakens. This isn't just about Washington. It's about whether government can still be trusted to serve the public or whether it serves itself. The more decisions are made by those we can't see or vote out, the more democracy becomes performance, not practice. So when we ask, does the deep state exist? The better question might be, how much control do the people really have? The deep state is not just shadow talk anymore. From buried documents to bold leaks, we've seen how real influence can hide in plain sight. Whether it's shaping wars, surveillance, or spending, this isn't just about theory. It's about power without a spotlight. So where does that leave democracy? That's the big question. We'll keep pulling back the curtain piece by piece. What's your take? Do you think unelected power is the biggest threat to democracy today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.